Welcome, Mr. Gray.
Thank you.
And Mr. Hui, our special guest today. It's a pleasure to have you here. So, to warm up, let's start with a definition game. So, define work life balance in less than 20 words. The clearest and most concise definition wins. You ready? You
Yes.
first. Yeah.
Okay. I think work-life balance is where I get the opportunity to balance between my work and life. And I think sometimes I find the balance, but it's very difficult because I tend to overwork.
And you?
Okay.
More than 20 words.
I think work-life balance is the way I'm managing my time and my energy between work and life to feel content in my life every day.
Okay, so just kidding. But those are great definitions.
Alright.
So, work-life balance means like you have the personal time, and that personal time is important. Okay, helping reduce stress, unwind, and recharge the battery.
Yeah.
So, what do you often do in your personal time?
To be honest, in my personal time, I enjoy watching film, traveling with my family and my close friends, exercising, and go shopping. Yeah.
Very healthy.
Yeah.
And you?
I think things I like to do in my personal time, it's my time, me time. So the no-no zone, no, don't bother with me. So I think some things I like to do is fishing. I enjoy spending time with family. And I think I enjoy cooking, but with a glass of red wine.
A glass of red wine. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So, where do you often go fishing?
So I usually go fish at District 7. One of my friends stay close by. So District 7 is my destination.
Yeah, District 7 is very fancy. You know, like most locals, we often go fishing along New Lop Canal. Yeah, have you seen them?
No, I saw some of the people fish with the big long rods.
Okay, nice. So, for you, what is personal time?
I think personal time is when you use your time for relaxing or do something you like, or spending your time with your family.
Okay.
That's very good. I think personal time is time I like to think I have the idea of putting time apart from my personal life and work life apart. But it is difficult when you have to balance between friends, responsibilities, family. So I like to think I have the idea of work life balance, but I think let's just call it work life balance.
I see.
Because it's literally work and life I balance.
Yeah, I was basically having the idea in my mind. I just wonder, like, people usually say that, okay, you need to set aside some time for your person. It's like for your hobbies, things you do, like work less and more time to balance. But if I have so many problems in my life and I spend all of my time working, is it still considered work-life balance?
I think it's not work-life balance because work-life balance is the way you arrange your time to balance work and life and to feel content in your life. And but you just focus in your work and you ignore everything around you. So I think it's not work-life balance.
I see. And you?
I think people tend to sugarcoat the word work-life balance by saying they fit in their schedule time for social and for work. But I think people use the idea for that to feed off the energy they get from working a lot to feel good and sugarcoat it with the word work-life balance, but they never really set a time apart for themselves. So they continue to work and then they forget about the problems they have in their daily lives and replace that energy with what they get from working a lot.
So, how many hours do you work per day?
10 hours per day. 10 hours per day focus on my business.
10 hours.
Yeah,
Okay.
but sometimes I spend over 13 hours per day. Especially in the end of the month or during the hot promotion season.
So if you work from 10 to 13 hours per day, like do you ever consider yourself an overachiever?
Yeah, it's quite hard. To be honest, I am very passionate about my job, and you can call me workaholic. Workaholic. When I do something, I usually focus on my time in that because I want to get achievement from my job. Yeah. And nowadays, I'm managing a strong team to serve over 2,000 clients. And I usually deal with a big problem from my company. Yeah, so that's why it made me too busy. But the key point is I really love everything I do. Yeah, and I feel content when I satisfy my clients and when I help my employees develop. So that's why it's made me have a good mental health and physical health and financial health as well. But I am leaning toward play hard and work hard. Yeah. And when I have free time, I fond of traveling. So that's why after busy time frame, I usually travel with my friends and my family.
Okay, so long story short, as long as you could find enjoyment at work and you can feel a great sense of fulfillment.
Yeah.
So no matter how much time that you invest in work, that's still okay, no problem.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so that's what you mean.
Yes, right.
Okay. So and Greg, how about you?
I think the question should be, when don't I work?
When don't you work?
Yeah,
Yes.
so I think the reason for that is being a full-time kindergarten teacher here in Vietnam, and then also running a successful business in South Africa at the same time takes quite a lot of my time, because our time zone differences is 5 hours to compare into South Africa. So having the huge, not huge, but a little time differences makes it difficult. For example, when it's noon here and then in South Africa it's 7 a.m. So then usually my employees start working. So then it's like pressure time for me, because then I have lunch break, but then I also have to work and focus and attend to serious matters I cannot attend to currently. But I think that is something that helps me to be successful in my life. Coming from a background where nothing just fell in my lap, I had to work hard for what I wanted in life, and being the change I wanted to see in life. Yeah.
So sometimes we can also consider our life our work. Right?
Yes.
So if we really want to become a go-getter to achieve
Yes.
our goals, and then as long as we feel happy and have
Yes.
a great sense of fulfillment, so it doesn't, like, work-life balance doesn't really mean that you need to separate them, work and life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think because I feed off that energy I get from putting the hard miles into the work, it usually pays off in energy for me. So I think that feel good hormones applying in my life and reacting by doing all the work I do is beneficial for me. I think that's what keeping me young at the age of 31 years old.
Okay, so the last question for you both. Okay, do you prefer liking what you do or doing what you like?
Yeah, it's quite hard, like what we do, and I think it depends. In the past, when to reach a first level of success, I have to choose like what I did, because I had fewer choices, but right now when I have more options, I think I would like to do what I like. But when I do something, when I choose to do something, I usually do with full passion. So right now, I will choose both. I would like to do what I like, and I really like to do what I do.
That's very
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
I think, for example, for me in life, it's not really, I like what I do and I do what I like. I'm blessed with the best because I have the opportunity of running a successful business and then also have the opportunity to live in a country far from home, home away from home. And for example, when I teach, something that motivates me to work hard is we don't know the circumstances of the children's home, where they come from. We don't know their background. So if that day I can make a difference in that child's life just for 1 hour, that's more worthy than any pay in the world for me. Being an example for them, being a father figure, being a brother, I think that pays off for me more than any money in the world can ever pay. So I think being in a position to run a business and do what I love and love what I do is very good for me, because teaching is not really work for me. It is something, because I'm a very caring and loving person, that is a way for me to give back to the community, not necessarily just give back, but I also receive, because that is roles in my life I never had. For example, I didn't have a very good close family, so now I get to create the opportunity of getting family and friends, people who grows into family, who, like for example, strangers that become family and family that's friends. So at the end of the day, I gain a lot more than I would ever have expected in my life.
Okay. And personally, if I have choices, I prefer doing what I like.
Wow.
But when I don't have other choices, I'll try to like what I do first. Okay. Yeah. And then when I feel a great sense of fulfillment and also financially independent, so at that time I think I can also do what I like. You don't literally sit in one place and sell the time to a specific company, and then you have to work full time. Okay. Yeah, you can also spend the time for yourself and then invest in other sources to generate other sources of income. Yeah.
For example, for one thing for me in life that noticed is, if you have financial freedom in life, you can invest in businesses that pay themselves. For example, friends, we have a group of friends, and what we do is we put money in savings account, and we buy old properties in South Africa as well, and we refurbish it, make it new, and sell it again. So that is money that's growing by itself, because we just invest and that's money that grows. We don't have to do the physical hard work. So as you said now, if you can get at a certain point in your life where financial freedom is an option and your money starts working for you and you don't work for your money, that's very good.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. And the last question is for you. I'm sorry, I just really curious about this. So as a manager of an insurance company, so how can you try to help your coworkers or your subordinates achieve work-life balance?
Yeah. I just tell them, you just love your everything you do day by day. And I create a friendly system, a friendly environment to work, and everybody in my team consider my company look like the second home of their self. So that's why they look like my member in my family, my sister, my brother, and we are the close friends. Yeah. So when we have the good environment, we can show the love with the clients, and the money get back. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for your participation.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, Mr. Hui. And I'll see you in the next podcast.
Yeah.
All right, so everybody, this is the flipped classroom model that you have to pre-learn before attending our section. So I hope that you find this podcast fascinating and enjoyable. So please register by the link below. So I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.
Bye.